Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Brews Blades on Mother's Day of 2021. I just realized I have the wrong background and there's no time to change it. So please go check out Indiana Knives, link down below. They always sponsor this, and I very much appreciate it. There's usually a little Indiana Knives logo there, and I forgot to switch the background. So that's all on me. But you know what? It's Mother's Day. I've been busy. So doing stuff for the WAF, and she was very appreciative. Got her a nice gift, made her dinner, made brownies. Yeah, she was pretty happy. Hope everybody had a good Mother's Day. Maybe there are some mothers on here. I don't know of my 4% of female viewership. I hope that some of them are on here. So yeah, very very congratulations to all the mothers or whatever. Happy Mother's Day. I don't know what the hell you say for it. So yeah. Didn't get commercial this time. Well, I know it's monetized because the little super chat's on, which reminds me, please please click that super chat. Very much appreciate it. And also as always, check out the Patreon, especially in lieu of some stuff here, which if it comes up, we'll talk about it. That happened in that community. I'm not going to bring it up unless somebody else does. But yeah, the Patreon is more important than ever. So please do that. And also click the join button. Either way, you get access to the Discord. We're having a lot of fun on Discord. It's been a blast. Really liked it. The May the 4th thing for the Star Wars Day was a lot of fun. We made fun of an Ewok movie for a while, so we have live voice chats on there. And sometimes I talk about knives. Sometimes it's random stupid stuff like making fun of an Ewok movie. But it's a lot of fun. I really do like the Discord, and you can sell stuff on there, which is pretty cool. So, and we're already like 105, 110, something like that, people on there. So that's pretty cool. Really do like it. Can talk about knives, talk about watches, share stupid memes, all kinds of fun stuff. So, yeah, it actually hit that sharpened blade, but yes, Borax nipple. Zach Stuff, thank you very much for the super chat. Keith, you as well. You don't need to do that. You work here. So, but yeah, and I can show you chats. I will say tonight I did not put anything up for to invite people because I just didn't have time to get properly set up for that. I have to do a separate audio kind of setup, and again, doing stuff for Mother's Day. Didn't have time for it tonight. Next week, we'll not be inviting of you any on either because I have another guest next week. So it's going to be Seth from Civivi. So that's going to be cool. I'm very happy to have him on. You can ask him a bunch of questions and stuff about new Civivis and new Wiis and everything. And we're going to do a giveaway. I'm going to give away a Civivi. Not saying which yet, but it's you guys' obvious favorite because you were really mad that I didn't put it in the top 5. So it's your favorite. So yeah, I'll be giving one of those away. And thank you very much, Joe Ziegler, for joining the member program. There will be a button or a link in the community page where you can join the Patreon after the show. So do have some knives for sale. These 4 are all for sale. If you scroll down, there's all the rules and stuff. It's still email first come first serve like it always is for sale video. All the prices are down there. I'll run through them very quickly, but we're not going to dominate the whole show about it. These are going to go up on Instagram tomorrow if they don't sell. So we have a Hinderer. This is the new 3.5-inch Fullard spear. Not Fullard spear, sorry, Swedge spear. And it is battle blue with the black scale. $390 for that. I literally have not done anything with it. Took it out of the box, looked at it, put it away. So yeah, it's brand freaking new. $390. I think they're usually about $425, and they are long since gone, especially in the battle blue. I got it in a trade for doing some work, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll see if I like it better than mine, and I just don't. It's just the battle blue is just not my jam. Never has been. The Salt 2 I just reviewed from Spyderco, Wharncliffe, that's $90. The Civivi Riffle with the Damascus blade and the carbon fiber. That one is, I have to look myself. I don't remember. I meant to have this up in front of me, and I did not. What did I have the Riffle listed for? $75. And the Bestech Swift for $50. So they are first come, first serve. If you are watching this later, I will edit the video to mark they are sold. So please look at that if you're watching it later. I don't imagine most of these will last the night, but if they do, it'll be up. If they don't, it'll be up on Instagram tomorrow. So always follow me at SliceyDice75 on Instagram. But yeah, so what do we got? 65 on our, and we've been 100. We do the pocket checks and all that stuff. Yes, Battle Blue does look a lot darker, and it's really hard to photograph. It probably doesn't even look right on here, especially with my purple background. It kind of screws up with the camera, I think. But it is kind of a deep blue. It looks a bit more tealy. No, it does look pretty accurate on the camera, actually. In this view, it actually does look pretty accurate. That's pretty much what the color is. Dang, I was hoping the Mini Buster was up. No, it took me a long time to get my hands on one of these, dude. It ain't going up. But yeah, that's not going on. What do you think of the Mini Damascus overall EDC? I don't have the Mini Damascus yet, Zach. They ran out of them, and I haven't gotten one yet. I like the big one. I did watch Gideon's tactical video today, if that's what you're referring to, maybe. He kind of lambasted it as not a good EDC. Kind of can see what he was probably on about, but he's a much more tactically kind of guy. I know that I chose the big one over the small one for much the same reasons that he said. But I will get one and check it out. We can talk, Zach, offline. I don't really think you need to do that. I'm going to get one just when they're back in stock, and I think I can kind of wait for that. But yeah. Once we have, there was something else I wanted to respond to there. Yeah, there's my my Instagrams. Thank you very much, Keith. That's your new name, Keith, for putting that up. Keith and his awesome garage. And we are not bidding on anything, so nobody make bids. This is not an auction. The prices are down below. Email, first come, first serve. Oh, that's the big one. Yeah, this is the big one. This is the full size, the big baddie. Yeah, I thought this kind of knife, I'd probably prefer it in the larger size. And yeah, the Gideon's tactical video basically said the same thing that I'm thinking, but I don't know. I haven't had the smaller one yet, so I can't. Yes, Jason, I know it was a joke, but on the bidding, but they get out of hand really quick on here. So, but yes, it was a joke. These are not auctions. I'm actually just selling these ones. So that's why, yeah. What's your favorite Hinderer model? I haven't had one back again, but the Jurassic I really, really liked. But other than that, probably the XM18 Skinny. It's probably my favorite. Ethan Ruins EDC. I want that Spyderco Salt 2 Wharncliffe, but I don't know. Well, it's available. It's for sale down below. If you want to email me, you're going to be on a boat. It's all completely saltwater resistant and stuff. And if you drop it in the ocean, I don't know, it's bright color, but it'll sink to, 700 feet deep and you'll never see it again. But still, it'll be bright while it's down there. Bennett says, best Hinderer Kershaw cryo. Shut your mouth. I say that because Bennett's my friend. I can harass him. Oh, I never opened my beer yet. For God's sake, it's 8 minutes in. Today we have, I think I had this before on here, the Hamburg Brewing Company Lakeview Lager. Local brewery pretty near here. I think they're about 40 minutes away. But really good stuff. Hey, Mark and Chris and Nav Sarge and everybody else. Ryan, I missed everybody. I had so much stuff to get through at the beginning. I didn't do intros. And I apologize for that. But can I flip that Wii a couple times? Yes, I can. Hey, you're talking about the knife, right? You're not making a suggestive comment. Yeah, I love this. This is the Snex Mini Buster. It's got a very unique thing where the detent ball is like, and the blade stop are kind of the same sort of, not blade stop. Yep. The lock bar interface are the same thing. So it does like immediately pass that. So you don't have to wait for it to pass it or anything. It's very smooth. It's not like super detent snappy bang bang, but it just drops shut. So awesome. And it's still pretty darn snappy. I love the Mini Buster. Probably, I think, my favorite Wii ever. Who designs the Buster Snex? Which, an actual proper Snex, like a custom one, or thousands, like multiple thousands often. So it's cool that you get one that's pretty darn faithful. They actually did the same. I can't remember the name he uses for this interface, but it's actually pretty faithful to the custom. So pretty cool. Tom, I wanted to put one up here. I got to find it again. Yes. And yes, Tom, supporting my local breweries. I always try to get New York stuff when I'm on here because New York is a great place for your hoppy carbonated alcoholic beverages of your choice. We're also a good wine place too. Lots of good wines out of New York. But actually, I think my next pursuit might be an XM18 no choil once I recover from the Olamic customization. Yeah, that's gonna not be cheap. But yeah, the no choil. I like my Hinderers either no choil or no flipper. I like them no something is kind of my favorites. But is that detemp ball on the Wii similar to the CRK stuff? No, not really. It's not really exactly the same. But I actually have another Sabenza arriving, I believe this week. To get another Sabenza. So I did that video, last video up, I think, because I didn't do one yesterday. Of which SOCOM Elite I was going to keep, and I decided to keep the manual. Actually, the automatics already sold because I sold it on Patreon. Which, if you join the Patreon, you get 24-hour early access. You could have bought that SOCOM automatic, but I did decide to keep this one. I'm gonna do the same thing, same kind of battle with the Sabenza 31 and the Nkosi that I have, because they're both the micarta inlay. They're both pretty identical, so I think it'll be cool to have those side by side. I think I pretty much already know which one I'm going to choose, but it'll be cool to have the two side by side, and it's kind of an excuse to do show them side by side and have a fun video with it. Anybody here have a Fornix? No, I tried, but I ordered one through a distributor that I have to order through a dealer. It's a whole thing, and I called the dealer and told them to order one for me. It was in stock when I said order it, and then the next morning when they looked, it was gone. So I don't have a Fornix. I would like to try one out, but I don't have one. I will talk to Seth and see if when they're back in stock, if I can get my hands on one. Think it's selling your mini buster just doesn't get pocket time. Well, I'm sure you'll get messages about that because you mentioned it. So yeah. Yeah, I love my mini buster. It does get a lot of pocket time, actually. And yeah, I already sold a whipper. No, I don't have a whippersnapper. Never had one. I sold my whatever the one I had was. The name even completely forgets it. Gonna have to join your Patreon soon and join MCs, and I don't like playing favorites between you. Oh, there you go. That's a good reason. That's a good reason. My mom doesn't want me to buy more knives. Your mom's probably right. You got a pretty good collection. I think you can sit on that for a little while. I think you can sit on that for a while. I think you'll be okay. You already put most of us to shame, and you're a minor. So I think that's not, you don't work in a mine. You're young. Yeah, the busker. You're right. That's what it was. I had a busker. I totally forgot. And yes, Discord people, we're gonna do that every couple of months. We did a really fun thing on the Discord video chat for May the 4th, made fun of an Ewok movie, and it was so much fun. We're just gonna do bad movies, probably every couple months, every 6 weeks, something like that, and just watch a bad movie together and make fun of it. And it was a blast. It was really good. My brother. Okay, somebody did bring it up. So I talked to MC yesterday. He knows what I'm going to say about this. So Metal Complex's situation with YouTube is nothing for the rest of us to worry about. And quite honestly, pretty sick of hearing about it. I was flooded with messages telling me that I was going to be demonetized, like warning me, all these geniuses that say I'm going to be demonetized because he was, telling me what I needed to do. Somebody even started a rumor that I was demonetized, and I never was. somebody cut and pasted the same, like, you all should go on strike from YouTube comment to like 6 or 7 of my videos. I was really, really mad the day after MC got demonetized. I felt bad for him, but man, I was mad because everybody just became experts and decided to tell me how to run my channel, what was going on. What happened with MC had zero to do with knives. 0, 0, 0 to do with knives. He had some Amazon links, he had some eBay links and affiliates. Those links auto-generate suggested things to buy, like it always is when you visit Amazon or eBay. A lot of those things it generated were gun parts. YouTube looked at it, they misunderstood, they demonetized him because he was, quote unquote, promoting the sale of firearms. He's fixed it. It's all deleted. Probably when he gets his 30-day review, he'll be fine. That's all it is. That's all it is. YouTube ain't coming for the knife channels. The sky is not falling. Everything is fine. I told him I was going to say that, so he knows I'm saying it. That's all it was. It wasn't. It was frustrating. It was made everybody angry, and all that wound up happening to MC is he'll get it back in 30 days, and in the meantime, he gained a crap ton of Patreon supporters. It's fine. It's fine. So at least we think that's what it is. I will say we're 90% sure that's what it is, because that's the only thing it could have been. Because nothing else in anything he does relates to any sort of anything to do with guns. And it was very clearly, he said publicly many places, it was very clearly that he was promoting the sale of firearms. That's the only way it could have been construed that way. All of his other affiliates, like Blade HQ, all those stuff, they don't sell gun stuff. That's why I don't ever do anything with Smoky Mountain Knife Works, because they sell ammunition. So that's why you'll never see me promoting Smoky Mountain Knife Works on here, because they sell ammo. So I can't. Because they would demonetize you for that, because they would say you're promoting the sale of firearms if you're directing people to that website. So anyone you see me directing you to does not sell anything remotely related to firearms. But he'll be fine. He has other income streams anyway. It's all fine. It's not his fault. It's not really even YouTube's fault. It's nothing even really to be mad at YouTube about. They've always had that rule. So it just happened. He didn't intentionally promote the sale of firearms. They looked at him. So yeah. Yep. That's all it was. So I'm hoping I told him that's what I was going to say about it if anybody asked me. And so that's what I'm doing, because I'm quite frankly 150% sick of hearing about it. So no, and not mad at anybody who asked me here, but just it's the nature of some of the messages I got telling me that my life was over and what I needed to do to fix it. Everyone was a freaking expert, and it was infuriating. If you ever want to make someone mad, make me mad, tell me how to do my job, that will instantaneously make me very angry. TPK also a very person who is very astute in the ways of skirting the rules of the internet. So, and yes, David Garrett, I'm bored also. Let's move on. Let's talk about something else. So you guys are emailing each other about stuff. So yeah. Again, these 4 knives are for sale. They're listed down below. And I'm going to bring out some other cool stuff to mess with. So what do we got? We have the SOCOM. I just had that out. So we'll bring that one out. Don't get mad. Sometimes you people make me mad. Not often, though. 99% of the time, my whole viewership is amazing. But sometimes people decide to tell me how to do my job and how they are smarter than me. And that annoys me. And I don't have the 8020.5. I know you guys are going to ask. It is apparently in U.S. postal hell. So hopefully I'll see it sometime this week. I don't know. But we will see. And what else do we want to bring out? We're at 99 on my screen. We're going to call that 100. So here's a good way to move on let's do pocket checks. That's a good way to move on from stuff. So what's everybody carrying today? What does everybody have in their pocket seas? And I will show mine. So still trying to sell your concept. Things are cursed. I've done mediocre with selling concepts. PM2 Warney, Sage 1 Maximat, very good. I almost carried the Sage 1 Maximat today myself. Gail Bradley. What was that ass hattery you were doing on the tubes of you with your or on the Instagrams with your I didn't see. I saw you posted something with a picture, and I was busy today. I didn't get a chance to look at it with your GB2. But I had the ProTech Newport in my pocket today. I likes it. It was I haven't carried it in a really long time, and I thought I would bust that out again. So this is just the bare aluminum one with the carbon fiber inlay. That's 35 yen. And it is very filthy because I didn't cut food with it, but I was cutting open like food packages, and it's schmutzy. I made pakoras today. Anybody make pakoras? Pakoras are awesome. I highly recommend. They are vegetarian and very, very filling, and they are awesome. I highly recommend you look up pakoras and how to make those. Mini Crooked River from the custom shop, carbon fiber S90V, blue cotton. That's almost exactly what I would do, D2, with one of mine, but I went the full-size Crooked River. Spartan Aster, good one. Civivi Pintail, it's a nice one. Giant Mouse Sonoma. I saw they have a new Sonoma. I probably already missed it, but I saw there was a drop of a new Sonoma with micarta, right? And a normal pocket clip. The only thing I like about the Sonoma is that pocket clip. Didn't blow my skirt up. Navy Bug Out. Benchmade Anthem and Giant Mouse Ace Red. Very classy Woven Knight. Is your corrosion test on M4? I didn't look at it. I saw that like there was another blade or something. I didn't get what's going on. Mini Slim Pickens. I may be borrowing one of those from Bennett that's on here. Coming up in this week. He got one and said I could borrow it, and he has a couple of mine, so we may do a switcheroo. James Brand Barnes. Oh yeah, that's that new the new Integral one, right? The new Riot built one. That looks cool. A little dear in the price. It's not like, oh my God, crazy in price. $600 is a lot. Ace Sonoma V2 still available. Well, cool. If I sell some stuff tonight, maybe I'll grab one. I'll have to pay Jeremy Russell this evening. My goal is that by the end of the evening, I'm going to pay Jeremy Russell some money for another knife, which I'll bring out here in a moment. Charlie Runnia says American Blade Works Model 1 V6 and AD20. I have a American Blade Works Model 1 V6 arriving this week. I'm very excited about that because I reviewed like the V3, and then there was a V4 before I even could put the review of the V3 up. And I was kind of waiting for him to get settled in and finally like get to a model that like no one is gonna, there's not going to be changing it for a while, and he has now. So that Model 1 V6 is what it's going to be for quite a while, and he's not changing it anymore. So he's moving on to another model. So now that it's settled, I'm going to get it in and review it again. I really love the previous one, but it just kept changing so often that I couldn't really properly review it or include it in any knife of the year kind of things. But now I can. And I know he sent some to Knife Joy. I know they sold some. You might want to. I haven't announced it yet, but you might want to scroll down below and see if there's. Speaking of Knife Joy, there might be. I don't know why I'm doing Jay Leno voice right now, but you might want to scroll down a little bit, see what if there's anything linkies to Knife Joy or something down there. I haven't announced anything yet. I'm waiting for some stuff to show up. But yes, please do click that like button and tell me how terrible my Jay Leno is. But I like doing it because I don't like Jay Leno. So I like that my Jay Leno impression is bad. Sierra K. Unumzan and Pena Lanny front flipper for Puppy Haskins. Always outshowing us all. 13 years old and always making us look silly. Everyone's super chat is on. Yes, I need a new knife. I do. Well, I just have to pay for one I already have. I got a long-term loan of one, and he says he's not in a hurry for the money, but I'd really like to pay Jeremy and just pay him for it. That would be cool. That'd be cool to do. Yeah, to give Jeremy his money. It'd make him happy. You buy a steam car, drive around. Lamps, run on oil. I don't know why I'm doing that. That was an appropriately bad Jay Leno. Yes, it is. Knives Plus has S45 yen pair of threes. I guess everybody, if it's in stock, if a new pair of three or a PM2's in stock, it's probably an S45. So if I didn't have all the Maximets, I would get them, but I like the Maximets. And G-Man says the M1 V6 is definitely the best. Oh, I'm sure it is, because every one I got was a better version of the last, but he listened to his customers almost to a fault. Like every time customers or us reviewers would suggest, hey, maybe in a future version you should change this, he 2 weeks later be like, all right, I changed it, here's another one. It was like, wait, I didn't mean like now. I don't know what to do now because I have the old one. It was really kind of just confusing as a reviewer. Which one is this? Which I don't know which is which. But yeah, S45 VN pair of threes and PM2s are going to be a really good, really, really hard bargain to miss. They're still the same price and everything. Yeah, that's man, they're going to be hard not to recommend to just like everybody, because S45 VN in my experience pretty darn good. Yes, there's a little Cartman in there. I share a birthday with Jay Leno and Saddam Hussein. And the joke I always make is, I don't know which one is worse. And I made that joke in a video. And one commenter was extremely angry at me. Obviously, Saddam Hussein is a worse person than Jay Leno. It's a joke. I just really don't like Jay Leno. I just made that joke. And yeah, someone was very, very angry about it. Sometimes I forget that the internet doesn't have a sense of humor. Oh, speaking of senses of humor, I have the funniest damn story to tell you guys once we get to the section of the show where we don't talk about knives anymore and talk about stupidity. The funniest thing happened on the Nextdoor app. If any of you guys are personal Facebook friends with me, you probably saw it, because I had to screenshot it. This woman just asked the dumbest question I've ever heard of on Nextdoor, and I had to make fun of her about it, and it went really well. I was quite, but just like Fallon more. I don't like Fallon's like. I just like Fallon's show more, but Fallon didn't ever screw anybody over. That's why I don't like Jay Leno as a person in the fringes of show business. What he did to Conan was, and what he did to Letterman was terrible. Thank you very much, Zach. I appreciate it. Well, since I brought it up, yeah, I guess I can bring it out. So I'm just waiting to pay. It's actually mine, I guess. It's been on here before, but it's not for sale anywhere. It's just I just got to pay him for it. So I've had it like as a loan, and pay him for it when I can. I almost just stabbed myself with that Newport. That almost happened. Then I would have been demonetized. But yeah, the Stitch. I want to buy the Stitch, which is another reason why I did choose the Microtech manual SOCOM over the automatic, because I had that. Fallon is just not funny. He's too amused himself. I will say, he has come into his own slightly with the lockdown. Without the audience and stuff, he's a little bit better. So James Corden as well. I think James Corden's got a lot better. But I'm a Jimmy Kimmel guy. He's my favorite. And Conan is fantastic as well. And I'm really excited for Conan's new show. I was a Conan guy for a long time, but started watching more Kimmel, and I'm a Kimmel guy. So Kimmel is my favorite. Yeah. Yeah, I almost got stitches while trying to show you a stitch. Yep, that would have been what we call irony. The actual definition of irony, not the Alanis Morissette version of irony. Colbert is really good, but Colbert and Bennett also said He said Seth Meyers. I don't know. They're too preachy for me. I get tired of it after a while. Kimmel is like the right amount of preachy without being over the top, and I like Kimmel. He's my boy. Kimmel isn't 100% politics. He talks about it a little bit and then moves on. Where John Oliver's great, but John Oliver is also. I don't call John Oliver a late night show because I never watch it late at night because it's on HBO Max, so you don't like tune in at the time. I usually watch it I'll watch it tomorrow morning, but I just like Kimmel because Kimmel's show still feels like a late night show. It doesn't feel like a political lecture. I think that's why I like it better. Oh yeah, Kimmel and the My Pillow guy was great. That was really, really good. I'm just wow. I'm really I can't believe he did that he brought that guy on. Because I don't care if you agree with the My Pillow guy or not. He's a crazy person. He is a certifiable nutbag. And that he did that, it was just awesome. And he handled it, and it was all fine, and everything went fine, and there was no big giant kerfuffle. It was fine. It was good. They did a SOCOM manual with a Wharncliffe blade that wasn't a custom. They could have any amount of my money. I agree. That Wharncliffe blade is ridiculous. Ridiculous. We're gonna get off the late night stuff here because it is only 8:31. We still want to talk about knives. Anybody get anything new this week? I didn't get a bunch except for stuff that I'm selling, and then that I got in trades that I'm intended to probably liquidate. But yeah, I will say, yeah, that actor that plays the My Pillow guy is the most perfect casting I've ever seen in the history of mankind. Hey, 1 Minute Knife Review, how's it going? Go subscribe to his channel. It's fun. I watch it. Wish there was a different SOCOM clip. I concur with that. So got some new ceramic belts for your grinder. That absolutely counts, Mark. That's cool. They released more S35 Elementums. He picked one. Oh, awesome. I probably would have grabbed one if I saw that. Are they all gone, D2? I might grab one of those when we're done here. If they're still out. Again, I do still have some stuff for sale. Look down below. It's all down there. Just enjoying what you got. Sonoma V2 and your old Spider Monkey both arriving Tuesday. Cool. That'll be a fun knife day for you. I will warn you, or I guess it's not a warning, it's a good thing. Stuff coming from my town is often a day earlier than what it says. Don't be surprised if it shows up tomorrow. Check the tracking tonight, because I live in near a hub. I live like a mile from a hub, so stuff often arrives early. QSP Hawk is better than expected. Most QSPs are better than expected. I think QSP should just translate into some phrase that says better than expected in some kind of other language. Chinese, I guess. Hoping my lizard parrot, I don't know if it's an actual lizard because I don't know what you're referring to. Your Parrot D2 and Sledgehammer. Are you looking for an actual lizard and an actual sledgehammer? Because that would be a very eclectic Amazon order of a live lizard, a knife, and a sledgehammer. Alex says, any deal with GP knives? I've dealt with them several times. I buy lots of Hinderer parts there, and I guess some Hinderers as well. I do have a couple of no, GP Knives doesn't have exclusive today, but I bought lots of Hinderer parts there. They're good. I like GP Knives. Pretty much most of the big ones are okay to deal with. Hamster just finally got hit up by North Arm for a Sky after like a year and a half on the wait list. So hopefully that's this week sometime. Cool. And you got one of those crystal knives from Levant. I was really tempted by one of those, man. I really, really was. And I got hit up with the Skaha too. I came up on the Skaha thing and I didn't get it. Somebody else, just people saying nice things about GP knives. Yeah, I haven't heard anything bad about them. And the Sky High is fantastic, but I just didn't want to spend the money on it this particular time. Yes, every QSP is a surprise. Thinking about the quality and the price. I don't know about the service. Yeah, but yeah, everybody talks about customer service and nice if you have to send it back. On an inexpensive knife like that, are you gonna send it back? If you bought a freaking, $30, $40 knife and something goes wrong with it, are you gonna bother sending it back? And people talk about I worry about the customer service on my $25 disposable product. Am I the only person who thinks that way? Do I sound like a privileged person or something? I don't know. I'm never gonna send back a $20 or $30 product. Knife, watch, kitchen appliance, anything. If it's 30 or $40 and it breaks, I'm just gonna buy another one. Right? So yeah. Brian, what knife from old would you bring back in upgraded materials, and what materials would you use? I would like to see another. I'd like to see the Anthem have not been discontinued, and just in a more neutral color and M390 blade that's actually easier to sharpen. That's the one I think I'd bring back is the Anthem. I know it just went away, but it shouldn't have. Tom Kinshaw, I have pants in the wrong size. I didn't bother sending back. Dude, I've done that too. I've just been like, well, I guess that's the size I need to make myself. Now I either need to lose weight or gain weight so that these fit, because I'm not gonna bother sending them back. It may be a new Anthem without the veiny clip. I guess it's the best way to say that. So I say, have you ever handled the QSP Hawk? If I did, I reviewed it. I don't recall. All the names blur together. Like, I complain about companies putting numbers instead of names, but honestly, I think maybe my brain does remember numbers better than the names. I don't know. Knife Addict, loving the Guardian Tactical. Man, it's so smooth. I just recommended the Guardian Tactical today on another Discord, on a watch Discord. We sit and watch Formula One every morning, or not every morning, obviously. Every time Formula One's on, we do a little live voice chat, and he was asking about OTF recommendations, and I said, get a Guardian Tactical, and he said, I can't find one, and I said, it's worth it. Get a Microtech. If you can't find one, you'll still be happy with it, but it's worth the wait. Bring out, since you guys talked about it, the button lock Elementum, the most hyped and most controversial knife of 2021 so far. And exactly, it's like buying a warranty on a $50 toaster. I had the funniest one I ever had is I went to Amazon, not Amazon. Amazon's a place you get online. I went to Best Buy. I did pronounce Amazon like a British person on purpose to be a jerk. Went to Best Buy once and I bought like a $40, like, because it was an actual Apple branded cord, and it was the only place that had it, so I had to pay the Apple tax and get the actual Apple branded cord, and it was like 30, not $40, it was like $30. And they asked if I wanted the extended warranty on my Apple branded charging cable. No, I'm good, thanks. But somebody says, I want to put up here. I lost you. Sometimes I lose people in these. Yeah. Randy says, I think you've seen another integral from Benchmade. Yeah, I hope so. Amazon, I say it because that's the way that the guys on Top Gear say it. Well, whatever it is. Grand Tour now. Jeremy Clarkson calls it Amazon. So that's, I call it that just as an ode to Jeremy Clarkson, who I know Jeremy Clarkson is a terrible human, but he makes me laugh. And I still enjoy watching anything that he's in. Yes, say no to the extended warranty. Tom is right. Just say no to the extended warranties on everything. Yeah, I just don't get. Yeah, I mean, maybe like I get Apple Care on my computers. Like, It comes with a free year for Max. Like you get a free year, and I'll usually extend it for one more year, and then I just let it go. But yeah, I'll do the 1 year of that. And I have the warranties on my phones, but mostly because my phone plan, I have a family or business plan actually, and it's just blanket. We all get it, and I don't have it for me because I never break phones. Knock on something, but I have a wife and kids, and well, they're adults now, but I have a wife and young adults on my plan, and they break phones, so it's worth it. It's very worth it. So somebody asked about the Slender Man. I did do a video about that. I think they're pretty cool. I like the Slender Man a lot. Big Red, I can't remember who it was who asked. It was right for some Big Red said, and I completely lost it now. But yeah, I did do a review of the Slender Man. It's pretty cool. Computer Apple Care on Mac extends it to 3 years now. Oh, I haven't bought one in a very long time. So both of mine are pretty old. They will probably get replaced this year sometime. Although my iMac's still great. I think it's 5 years old, 4 years old. My MacBook Pro is 7 years old, and it's starting to get a bit long in the tooth. I like your Slenderman better than your Ultratech. I mean, I don't, but I could guess. I could see that if you like that little really slim blade like that. The quality is really good. I have no problems with that. I guess if you just like that really slender shape and that slender blade, I guess I could see it. I mean, I don't like them better, but I'm going to get one of the newer ones, though. I think they're coming out with S35 or something like that, the newer ones. I want to try it. I want to try one of those. I would like to have a Slender Man. I think they're pretty neat. But it's so funny that like knives like that are really slender and long look more scary to civilians than, not this. This looks terrifying to everyone. I'm slightly afraid of the stitch. but like this, I don't think looks that scary to somebody because it looks like a big bulky tool. But a really long, slim, slender knife like that, I think they just think stabby. What else could that possibly be for? It must be for stabbing things. Does that make any sense? I'm saying that a lot tonight. I'm either being extremely profound this evening or making zero sense whatsoever. Why isn't there a deep carry clip on the Ultratech? Does this make sense? I don't think it would, honestly, the way that clip is. Where's my Ultratech? Just gonna put my UTEX 85. You ain't gonna get much deeper than that. Just take there's plenty of places you can buy to take, get a new screw to take the glass breaker out. You're not going to get much deeper than that. I don't really think I don't really think they do need a deep carry clip on the Ultratech. I'm going to disagree with you, Knife Eclectic. I apologize. I feel very bad for it already for publicly disagreeing with you. But extremely profound. Thank you. I'm going to go with that. And, says, glad to hear you're a gearhead and F1 fan. I'm a huge F1 fan. Oftentimes in videos, if you're looking, you can see a reflection of the Ferrari flag that's above my head. A big Ferrari fan. Getting pretty deep in here. Yeah, but you know what, David Garrett? It's complimentary towards me, so I don't care. Continue your piles of BS you are giving me of how profound and amazing I am. And thank you, Florida Man Knives. It's a great username. Have you ever thrown an alligator into a Wendy's drive-through window? If not, you are not living up to your Florida Man standards. That's my favorite Florida Man story ever. Mr. says the things I would do for a custom Borka. Yeah, those are pretty darn cool. But I really like this. I really like the stitch. I think it's cool. It's so terrifying looking, and I don't know. I just really like it, and I do carry it. I will say it is a pocket dominator. You put nothing else in this pocket when you were carrying this. Nothing at all. I am going to do a full review on this. I didn't previously. I just had it in my top 5 Microtechs. So, it is a beast. It's not even, I don't know. I have other knives I consider to be a beast. This is just I'm not going to use the W word because I don't want to anger the gods of YouTube, but this thing is just it's an implement. I don't know how else to describe it without angering the gods and goddesses of YouTube. See, YouTube, I said goddesses. I'm all inclusive here. Look at my 4% female viewership. What was everyone's knife that got away, either through missing out at sale or auction, or regret saying? My knife that got away, that fellow there, has been multiple times this year because they keep doing drops, and I'm out of, and I just don't have the fundage when they come available. But it'd be a Vero of some kind. I want a Vero very badly, and every time they come out, I'm just not. I just miss out on it. So. Yeah, Nav Sergeant. I did make an excuse there, or did make a mistake there. You're right. Oh, that's a good one. The quiet carry drift and the gnarled scales. Yeah, I really wish I'd have gotten one of those. I really do. Oh, Rice, which F1 track? I've actually driven several when I lived in Europe. So Europe. So what F1 track is that? Oh, hydrate. What are you drinking? You missed it. I've been drinking pretty regularly this evening. I've been doing good with my hydration. Hamburg Lakeview Lager, local brewery, local-ish, 45 minutes away. I say local-ish because in the city of Rochester, we have 13. So it's kind of, even 45 minutes is like far away. Oh, well, thank you very much, CPK. I do have a voice and a face meant for radio. But no, I prefer to believe that my 4% viewership, which is like 8 times higher than any other YouTube channel, knife YouTube channel, is because it's because of my rugged handsomeness. That's what I prefer to believe. Hear me out. Microtech SOCOM Mini. Oh, that would be awesome. But you know, it'd be even more awesome is just, be kind of the same thing, but just a manual LUDT. Manual LUDT would just be freaking awesome. I get why it's only an auto because let me get my monkeys dropping stuff. For what it's meant for like divers, auto is obviously better because you're wearing big, bulky gloves. I get why it's an auto, but for us mere civilians, just make a manual LEDT. That would be fantastic. I would be elated if they did that. I have to find what I dropped because I do need my dive knife to go with my dive watches. Neither of which ever go underwater because I am terrified of the ocean. So. That's why. Yes, you are correct. I'm hoping that this becomes. I missed your comment. I wanted to put somebody's up here, but yeah, from our lips to Microtech's ears. Oh, sorry, I grabbed the wrong one there. How easily could the Elementum button lock be converted into an auto? I don't know. I'm not a knife designer. I just like to criticize other people's work. I haven't bothered to learn how to actually make one. No, I kind of have a little bit. But how's the Squale? Dan Brock says, we will talk about watches here in a minute. I try and be very good about sticking to knives until 9 o'clock. But we will definitely talk about the Squale. Oh, you work at Coda? I've never driven that one. I've driven Hockenheim, the Nürburgring, both the Nordschleife and the F1 track, Spa, in Francorchamps. But that was fun. I loved living over in Europe. I would just go to track days all the time in my little E30 BMW M3, and then when that became too expensive to keep on the road, I got an Audi S4, and I would go do track days, and it was a lot of fun. Hello, hope all is well. It is. I grabbed the wrong comment. I meant to grab one of Keith's, but yes, everything is well. Hogue for the win. Yes, Hogue is very, very good. I need to get another Hogue in. I haven't had a Hogue review in a long time. I don't think about anything new yet or anything. Going to Blade Show West this year. Anybody going? I am going to Blade Show West. I'm not going to Blade Show in Georgia because I had to make the decision 2 months ago. Unfortunately, I was offered a comedy gig with a very good friend of mine, and it's the same weekend. And at the time, the whole global bastard virus thing was still so up in the air that I felt more comfortable committing to the stand-up gig than I did to Blade Show. If I had to make that decision today, I would say, sorry, I'm going to Blade Show, but I had to commit 2 months ago. So I'm not going, but wish I was, but I'm not. But I'm getting paid instead of spending a lot of money, which is probably for the best. Probably for the best, but blame me and MC for my most recent blade purchase, mini RSK. I think that Metal Complex says the same thing as me. We apologize for nothing. If you don't want to buy stuff, don't get on the internet. Miami's either going to be great or a disaster. Yes, I do agree. The F1 thing. Mini RSK is fantastic. It is really, really good knife. I do really like it. I don't have an RSK at all right now, but I did keep the mini a lot longer than I kept the full size, because even though I think in the Battle to the Death the full size RSK won over the Super Freak, I personally prefer the Super Freak. Sometimes my Battles to the Death, I give wins to stuff that's objectively better, but it's not my personal favorite. I try and put myself in the purchasing mind of the average person. I have to turn a fan on here, so it might get a little loud for a second. There we go. I'm so fancy pants. I have a fan with a remote, and I highly recommend the Vornado. Vornados are really cool. These are great fans. I assume you've also driven Watkins Glen many years ago. Yes, Rice, but it's been a really long time since I've driven the Glen. I got to drive it in a proper race car too, so that was a lot of fun. It's the value category matters less when you own both already. I guess. Yeah, it's just I just like it's just no, I think it's because I know that I put a higher. I think why stuff loses, but I still keep it and sell the winners. It usually doesn't come down to the value category. It comes down to the ergonomics thing, because I always say, like Stephen Wright said, the best joke ever written. But on the other hand, you have different fingers, and I know that I have kind of odd fingers, so I have kind of odd hands. So what I put a premium on in ergonomics might not be the same as everybody else. And I'm really dialed into ergonomics. So usually it's the ergonomic category, honestly, that makes me personally keep something over something else. That was a good comment, though. I actually got to explain. Yeah, ergonomics are one of the most important categories for me. Therefore, thank you very much for your donation towards your armor for the MC sword battle. I don't know what my armor is going to be. It's probably be a smock. I think will probably be the best armor. Knife nut. So what is everybody's grail right now? I can say, people ask me that all the time, and I will own a Shirogorov by the end of the year. I will. I just don't know which one yet, and I don't know which 2 or 3 knives I'm going to sell to get one, but I've waited too long. I'm sick of waiting. I'm getting a Shirogorov by the end of the year. I kind of want a a Neon is the one that I've seen in person that I like the most. 523 is a really good one as well. But yeah, really want a Shiro. Deadlock. Oh, Deadlock would be really cool. But a Shiro is like fairly easy to get and a lot less expensive. Grail, Skiff, Drifter, yes, those are cool. The Haitian is awesome. Yeah, I've heard like I've never heard anything bad about any Shiro. It's probably gonna come down to like when I have the money, what's available, and what I like the look of the most. I don't care if it's one of the big ones. I don't care if it's one of the smaller ones. I just really want a Shiro. 80/20 is a good grail. I love mine. Tiny little pieces. And the Shiro will be just for me. It'll probably only be in one video. I'll probably do an unboxing of it because they've been reviewed to death. I'll probably do an unboxing saying, look, I got a Shiro, yay me. And you'll only see it on live shows. It's not something that's going to be like for the channel. The Shiro would be just for me. Hinderer Bowie is your grail at the moment. Which one? I have the Eklipse. I can bring that out. There it is. We'll put away. This has been out the whole show. I love my Bowie Eklipse so much. It just looks cool. It just looks cool. And I've mentioned this before, but I think one of the things that I'm most impressed with Hinderer and their blade grinds is how this is a Bowie which notoriously has a very slender, dainty little gonna break it tip. And look at that. They do such a good job of making blade shapes with traditionally dainty tips still very sturdy. They do the Warnies too. Their Wharncliffes are like that. It's just they do a really good job with that they think about that. So I like it. Nice. Invite comments or wrath and use the sheer Gurov as the standard size comparison for everything. That would be kind of funny. Here is a $20 Buck 112 Select. Size next to an $800 sheer Gurov. Thinking about the Crine Regrinder MG20. I don't know. I've never had one, never touched one. I hear good things, but I've never touched one. According to myth, shouldn't a grail knife be the one you've never maintained? Screw myths, you book nerd. Everybody called David Garrett a nerd because he said something correct. You're right, but nerd. Someone said saving and waiting for a Zahn. Sorry, I lost you. But yeah, I had an Zahn and it just wasn't my thing. Like I it's cool, but it wasn't my thing. I had a lucky streak on the secondary, and I most all my must-have knives. Yeah, I had that problem it's a good thing during lockout. I obtained a lot of stuff I never thought I would get. I've since sold a lot of it. Probably a majority of it. A lot of my lockdown big purchases are gone now. But yeah, I had a really good luck. It seems like you go in runs in the secondary where you're getting everything you want and then everything's gone. Happens with lots of stuff you collect, I think. Knives, watches, all kinds of stuff. Seems like knives and watches are all I buy right now, but Malibu titanium. I would not. What's the thing? Throw one of those out of bed. That doesn't make any sense with a knife, but you know the reference that I'm talking about. I would definitely take a Malibu titanium, but I want like a plain one. Yeah, Spyderco's a couple of you were talking about. I just want for my first, not my first Russian knife. I had a CKF, which was cool, but it was just too big and crazy at the time. I probably like it more now. I had a Satori. But I think for my first Russian knife, I want a Shiro. I want a real because that's the name, right? Right. You want the name, just like your first supercar. You want a Ferrari because the name. Love your Zahn. A lot of people like Zahns a lot. It just wasn't. I liked my Inkosi much better. But I'm excited to get a Sebenza 31 with the micarta inlays, and that's coming this week. And that's, I don't know if it's S45 or S35. I didn't look. I know that they did some models in S45. I think they did the slip joint. I think they did a couple in S45, but I don't know if they've done any Sebenzas in S45. So we'll see. It's probably S35 again, which, stop it. But we'll see. I like to play with a Norseman and something from Holt, something from Koenig. Sorry, but all are well above my budget. They are. A Koenig was really high on my list for a long time, but I think it's been something so high on my list for so long that it's just kind of fallen off the list. And Shiros were not on my list. I kind of rolled my eyes at them. All the people who go nuts over Shiros, and now I've kind of switched over to now I want a Shiro more than a Koenig. But oh, good. So yeah, some of them are in S45. Cool. Yeah, there's not a big difference between the S45 and the S35, but it's nice. It's just nice to have the newer one. Anybody know anybody coming out anything in Magnica? I saw like a prominent like manufacturer showing that they got some on Instagram, but I'm a terrible reporter and have forgotten who it was. But there was somebody who makes a fair amount of knives who showed his big order of Magna Cut steel. And I don't recall who it was. The only person who spends more time on Instagram than me in this chat is Keith. So perhaps he was it. And yes, Keith is exactly correct. The difference between S35 VN and S45 VN is 10. Mark, well, I'm making stuff in Magna Cut. I don't think it was you, but it could have been. It was like somebody like, it was a big one. I can't remember who it was. God, not saying that you're not a very important person, Mark, but it was like a big one. And I don't remember who the hell it was. It's indisputable math is what that is. It's not new math. That's not old math. That's just math. What was the ETA they gave you on an S45 VN in Cosi? If you don't mind me asking, Knife Eclectic, because I love my Nkosi. It's probably my favorite knife that I own. But if the ETA is reasonable, I might sell mine and wait and keep the Sebenza and wait for the S45 Nkosi. Keith is lying to you all. Why would it matter if it's made of Magna Cut? It doesn't have an edge on it. It could be made of like unicorn farts and cobalt combination that is just amazing, but it doesn't have an edge on it, so it doesn't matter. Unicorn farts and cobalt. That should be on a mug. Just run down a bunch of steel names, say like S45 VN, M390, Magna Cut, unicorn farts, and cobalt. I don't like those shirts with all those like the list shirts and the list mugs. I hate them. Joke of the night, sharpened blade. My Daleka is never cut. Well done. Well done. And no, the Daleka is not a knife. The Daleka is a knife-shaped object. Unicorn farts and cobalt is my favorite vape flavor. That's very good. I'm going to make that mug probably tonight, I think. Brett, I covered that earlier. It is nothing to worry about. It was not knives. There's some stuff in his affiliate links that wasn't his fault. Everything's fine. YouTube didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. If you want to just go back to the beginning, I told MC what I was going to say tonight. He said it was okay. So I told what he told me. So Nobody's fault. Everybody can calm down. And what a poor guy. All he did was gain, 100 patron supporters. So it's fine. Alicorn flatulence and niobium. I think unicorn farts and cobalt just has a more of a. It just rolls off the tongue better. It just rolls off the tongue better. Speaking of MC, he likes pizza and ranch. I bet he does. He likes pickle juice too. I'm sure he likes pizza and ranch. I'm sure he does. He's a simple man. It's what we love about him. But he is a simple man. Oh, that's a good question. What's your thoughts on the best mini from the Benchmade lineup? That would be the mini Freak, the fancy S90V carbon fiber one. Licks lips. I didn't lick my lips. I made a disgusting noise. I did that on purpose. Dill pickle pizza. That is the worst. That is so bad. I've seen the existence of that stuff, but no. Oh, the neighbor story. I got to tell this. So, yeah, we're after 9 o'clock now. Now we talk about nonsense. We can still talk about knives, but 9 to 9:30, the last half hour of the show, we talk about stupidity. So, oh God, I should have had the picture here where I could show it to you. So, are you guys all familiar with the Nextdoor app? Which is like, you can post stuff about things going on in your neighborhood. It's a lot of like Ring videos of, someone stole a package off my porch, but a lot of or there was a shooting in the area, but it's a lot of really, if you live in a city like me, but there's a lot of really, really stupid stuff. Like my favorite ones are like, my car was broken into last night. I parked it on the street and left it unlocked. Honey, your car wasn't broken into. You are stupid. Why would you tell anybody you did that? Your car wasn't broken into. You invited a thief into your car. Don't ever tell anyone that you're an idiot. Why would you? Anyway, there's a lot like that. There's a lot of basically, I don't know how better to describe it. A lot of nervous white lady saying, I saw a brown person walk by my house. There's a lot of stuff like that literally, that's basically what it boils down to. But a lot of stupidity on there, and I only stay on it because I like trolling people occasionally. I'm not going to get into all the times I've done it, but my favorite one was, so this weekend, yesterday morning, this woman posted a picture of her backyard, and there was a woodchuck, or a groundhog if you fancy, a woodchuck in her backyard. And she literally said, "What is this, and how do I evict it from my yard?" Woman didn't know what a woodchuck was. She literally didn't. I thought, okay, she's making a joke. I looked at the comments. First comment was, "That's a woodchuck or a groundhog," or some people call it a groundhog. They're harmless. Call animal control. And she said, "Oh, thank you very much. I didn't know what it was." She really, honestly, literally. And in her profile picture, she has gray hair. So let's say, I'm going to be generous. Let's say she's at the youngest 50 years old, probably. How do you reach the age of 50 years old in the United States of America and not know what a woodchuck is? How does that happen? I don't like, we have Groundhog Day. Like, Groundhog Day it's a national, it's like a national thing. It's not like a holiday, but it's kind of a holiday. They made a movie about it that won awards. Did she hear the word groundhog and just never investigate further as to what that was? Like, oh, that's what a groundhog is. I thought it was like when you ate ham off your driveway or something. I didn't know what it was. What? So I replied to this. He said, "What is this, and how do I evict it?" And I said, quite proud of this. I'm going to laugh at my own joke here, and I apologize. chuck some wood at it. It will catch it and chuck it back. The first one of you who drops it must vacate the property forever. That was the response I made to her. And I was so proud of it. And it got a lot of likes and laughs and stuff, but I'm sure she didn't find it amusing. But I hope she tried it. But how do you not know what a groundhog is? I just can't fathom that's willful ignorance. That's not like a thing that you just didn't know. That's willful ignorance. That would be like, I don't know. I didn't know they made Diet Coke. It would be like that same level of ignorance where you're just like, I didn't know that Diet Coke existed. That's amazing. And you're like 48 years old and just go, I didn't know Diet Coke existed. It's dumber even than that. How do you not know? Dang you, woodchuck, stop chucking my wood. Yeah, they're in commercials. There's like groundhogs and woodchucks are just like a thing of daily life. And by the way, who here says woodchuck? Who says groundhog? I was raised a woodchuck person, so I always say woodchuck. Tom Kinchel, no woodchucks here, but I had a possum move in my garage. Yes, but you are aware of the existence of woodchucks. If you saw one, you would know what it was, right? You wouldn't be like, what portal is this? Is this furry beast that has invaded my backyard? Is standing upon my water feature? It was standing on the water feature in her backyard, by the way. But is it groundhog in Ohio? Yeah, I thought it was. But upstate New York, it's 50-50. It's woodchuck. Just like soda or pop in upstate New York, it's 50-50. I'm a soda guy, but oh wow, I always thought a groundhog was a sausage. Yeah. More likely to find prairie dogs. Yeah, but you're aware that a prairie dog is a different thing than you still know what a groundhog or a woodchuck is. I don't think that's true, Scott. They're about the same size. I've seen like the groundhog that they hold up, for the thing, and they're ours are the same size. I'm gonna disagree with you on that. And even when I looked it up, because I first was just going to put a link to the definition of groundhog, on Wikipedia it says that the words are interchangeable. Someone said woodchuck, I'd be confused. Honestly, I wouldn't know what they were talking about. Yes, Tri-State, but if you saw the animal, no matter what name you had for it, if you saw the animal, you wouldn't be mystified as to what the animal was. You'd call it a groundhog because apparently you're more familiar with the word groundhog. So you'd say, oh, it's a groundhog. You wouldn't go on the internet saying, what portal is this crazy beast? Yes, if you Google woodchuck, groundhog shows up. I'm not arguing. I think woodchuck is probably not the correct term. I think groundhog is the more universally accepted term. I just was brought up saying woodchuck. So I'm not putting my foot down like I am about ranch on pizza. I'm just saying I say woodchuck, but probably the groundhog is the more acceptable term. What sort of dirt-dwelling demon is this? Oh my God, can you imagine if a fox wandered in? There's a fiery cat running around my yard. A fire cat. I will call it Fire Cat. Yes, the groundhog makes for a poor tongue twister. A deer, like there'd be two deer in our backyards. My backyard has been invaded by two fairly small horses. We usually know what a horse is. I don't know. Gopher, yes, gophers is right. Gophers are very small compared to a woodchuck. Woodchucks are pretty good size. They're like 15, 20 pounds, maybe a little bit bigger. Oh dear. Oh my God, that woman. What is this? And how do I evict it from my yard? I thought she was making a joke. Nope, she legitimately did not know what a groundhog was. The other one that I trolled somebody recently was this woman showed a picture of this like janky ass like dead bush that was like just the ball of roots and the bush like out of the ground. And she said, "What kind of bush is this?" And I don't know why I read it. And somebody's like, "Well, we can't tell because there's no leaves on it." And then she said, "Well, somebody threw it over my fence." And I was wondering what kind it is. I was like, "You buried the lead there, babes. Like, you didn't, like, I would start with who threw this bush in my backyard, not what kind of bush is in it. Or what kind of bush is this?" I'd be like, "Who threw this damn thing in my yard?" It was just, and I replied to her, uh, "Go into the forest and bring me a shrubbery." That's how a nice, Monty Python reference. And then everyone just started shouting "knee" at her because she kept continuing to ask questions about this bush. And every time she asked a question, somebody was going "knee, knee, 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 knee." And somebody was like, "What kind of world do we live in where you can shout "knee" at an old woman?" And she goes, "I'm not an old woman. I'm 36." And she did not know at all what the reference was to. She didn't know that it was a Monty Python reference, and she was getting really mad. She thought everybody was just like making fun of her, which we were. But that was great. She got increasingly angry, and it went on for like 3 days. But all I did was the one initial post. I just said, "Go into the forest and bring me a shrubbery." That's all I said. And then everybody else started kneeing her and saying the stuff about the old lady. It was great. So next door can be fun. I know it's annoying, but it can be fun. Seriously, I think I'm gonna have to make that into a bit for stage, but I don't think the Monty Python thing I can't do on stage. Not everyone would get it. But I just off the top of my hat, I was picking something off the ground. The woodchuck did it. Yeah. What kind of world do we live in where you can shout "knee" at an old woman? I'm not an old lady. I'm 36. That made me laugh the most. It was great. Somebody brought up watches. Oh yeah, somebody asked about my Squale. Yes, I did get a Squale. I wanted one of these for a very long time. Promised myself last week never buying another watch until I can get this Squale 1521. This color with the actual Squale leather strap. This one and this one only. Assuming it was going to take months, like, to find one. They didn't make a ton of these. They're very popular. They went fast. But it took 6 days. I put it out on a couple of Discord servers, and 6 days later, I had it. So I had to buy it because you got it when they're available, and the price was ridiculously good, like less than half of what it was brand new. And these sometimes go for a premium. Sometimes they go for more than new. So I was really happy with that. But love it. And I got to partially trade for it, so I didn't have to spend a lot of cash out of pocket, and it worked out very well. But it's extremely pretty. Squales are just so cool. I know there's some controversy with them because maybe the case is made in China. I don't care. They're still so well done, and they're so beautiful, and I really love them. And there's Swiss movements and all that. And then, and you're very welcome for story time about next door. I'll try and troll some more next door people. And then I also, in that same trade, because I traded a fairly valuable watch for, I also got this SKX, the Seiko beloved SKX that everybody goes on about how amazing they are. I never had one before, and I kind of didn't understand it because it doesn't wind, it doesn't hack. Like, I was like, why does everybody love the SKX so much? Now that I got one, it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. It just has a charm to it. I don't know. I can't explain it. I do kind of get the SKX thing now. It's pretty nice. I was going to modify it. I don't think I am because this one is perfect. Nothing wrong with it. It looked like in the pictures that there was a pretty significant scuff on the bezel. There isn't, so I'm just going to leave it. Any pointers on finding straps for Fitbit watches, whatever you want to call them? I haven't seen any Fitbit ones. There's a whole lot for Apple Watches, but what watch did you trade for these? It was a very, very rare G-Shock that I was never going to do anything with. And some cash too. So I would do watches by little girl wrists. I do too. I'm only 6.6, like 6.6, 6.7. Oh, this is another one I got in another trade this week with Justin EDC. Very nice guy. But Glycine Combat Sub. I never had one of these. Everybody talks about them. I'm not sure this one's a keeper. This one might go away in a little while. Go eat your dinner, Papa. You're a grown boy. This is a Combat Sub 42, by the way, the smaller one. So you can see I have pretty small wrists as well. They make Disney princess watches. That's a good one. I'm going to show it because that was a sick burn. Need some aloe for that sick burn. Because you got burned. And eat your veggies, puppy, yes. Eat your vegetables. I don't eat my vegetables. I'm going to go downstairs when this is over with, and I'm going to have some ham and a brownie. That's going to be my late night snack. I don't care. I'm 46 years old. I can eat whatever the hell I want. I'm going to have a big chunk of ham and a brownie. Sounds pretty good to me. I bet right now, half of you are laughing at me because I eat like a college student. The other half are saying, I wish I had some ham and a brownie right now. And that half is right. Today I realized I misplaced my Spidey chefs where it may have been gone forever. I was sad that after searching for about 2 hours, I found it. Yeah, you just can't. You can't get past something when you think you lost something like that. Even you lost. You just can't focus on anything else. A nice, not very well balanced meal. I could make some mac and cheese. I have some, but a ham wall. I've heard that reference, but I don't know what it means. I hope I didn't post something that's going to get me demonetized. Special ingredient brownie. No, it's legal here now, but it's really up in the air in New York. Like, I think once I can buy it in stores, I'll start doing edibles. But I did do the marijuanas, for years back when it was illegal. I quit I don't know, 7-8 years ago. Not on purpose, just kind of just stopped and didn't mean to. But I don't like dealing with drug dealers, so I think I'm going to wait until it's like in stores, which I think is next year sometime. But I may next year. We'll see, because I do have some joint pain and stuff it would probably help with. Joey Fan says, what up, Slicey? Me getting ready to get off here in a minute. I just got a battery warning in my phone. When I use fancy microphone, I have to run off my battery. And got a tree stabbing Troy. I give the ham to the dog and eat the brownie. Well, I don't have any dogs at the moment. My cats don't eat people food. Like, they literally just don't like it. It's weird. And I like ham. I don't know what you have against ham. Joint pain upon. Oh, hey, I see what you did there. I didn't mean to do that. No, but my everything hurts all the time because I'm an old and I've hit the ground at rapid velocities many, many times. Stupid gravity. I had someone ask me once because I said I've had 7 broken ribs over the years, and they said, "Who hit you?" And I said, "The Earth," a bunch of times. Keith is exactly right. Ham is almost bacon, and bacon is life. Yep. Hallucinosis. I disagree with you saying, and I just read a thing you said that though maybe if you're on an Apple, options could be limited. Nope, I just bought one on Amazon just the other day with almost those exact same stats. I have a powered USB hub with all that stuff, but I'm recording off my phone, so that's why I can't do. My phone does not have multiple ports. I thought you meant off the computer. No, I have a phone, so maybe for the phone you can't find one for Apple, but I have a dongle. I can use whatever I want out of it. I guess maybe that hub would work, but not going to try it. But we are right about 9:30 here, and yeah, my phone is gonna die, so we're gonna knock it off here. And yeah, I think it would probably even out hallucinosis. I think because my microphone burns up a lot of energy. I'm not, and the phones are really picky about like the input output of power. But we are going to jump off of here, and I'm gonna go eat some ham and a brownie. And I hope you guys had a good time. Keith says we'll be eating bacon for breakfast tomorrow. So will I. Bacon in the air fryer, best thing ever. I will see you guys next week, where we will have Seth from We and Civivi and be doing a giveaway. So it'll be a lot of fun. Live interview, giveaway, all that stuff. Have a good one, everybody.